Hello, everybody. It's 2018. Did you miss us? This is Indie Music Live, episode 104. We missed you the last week of December. David G Money Werba was a little sniffly. He was.
Really?
You were the one that called it off, dude, because you were sick.
Man.
Remember?
I had stuff going on, Joe. I had some important meetings with my neighbors
And your mother.
Yeah. That's all I can tell you.
No,
really.
we had talked about doing a final 2018 episode because I had originally, when I planned all the shows, I'd skipped the day because I just assumed that I was going to be out of town, and I ended up not going out of town. We alluded to the issue that we were going to do an end show in 2018 and never made it. So anyway, I just wanted to say sorry about that and welcome to 2018. So Nadira says hello, my guys. What she messaged me though, I think. Anyway, we also have Chris Swan here, better known to me as Loopy, but nobody else knows that. He's going by the name Chris Swan. Just came out with a new album called what?
The Glassy Soul record was called Music to Succeed To.
Wait, that's not the one I was talking about, though. I'm talking about your other one. Oh, wait, Chris you came Swan, out with 2 albums.
Yeah, that was What Is Your Soul Motivation? Came out in June. Yep.
Cool. So how's Soul Motivation Records going, Loop?
Good, man.
Chris,
it's going well. You can call me both, buddy. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm excited about the new year, man. I got a lot of things in the works and a lot of cool stuff coming from the label, some new music, some new live events. So there's a lot of stuff working, man. I'm excited to get the new year rolling.
Sweet. So let's go ahead and do that. We have a featured artist tonight. Andrea Desmond out of Los Angeles is hanging out with us. She's in the green room. We'll be talking to her in a little bit. Why don't we get started listening to some tunes, though? We have actually we have a lot of good videos tonight. Some people you've heard from and before, and some people you haven't heard from before. That's the thing about being around for around 2 years, is we're going to start seeing some repeat clients, repeat artists, and seeing what they're doing then and what they're doing now and what they're doing in the future. So speaking of which, this guy was a featured artist, I don't know, like a year and a half ago. I think he was all of what, Dave? Like 11? I
think he was 14 when he first came on, man. I love this stuff, dude. It's the evolution of the young artist.
Yeah, this kid is quite amazing. This is James Bakian with I've Changed. Share this video out. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'll be right back.
What's so good on the day I met you. If I could, I never have left you so soon. Flew away like a balloon, flying through the monsoon. We took a while till we went crazy. You were shy, and now it's empty. My heart was stone cold since the start. No wonder we drifted apart. I don't wanna make any more mistakes. Please give me your heart, I won't let it break. Promise I'll be good, promise I'll do good to you, baby. Take my hand and we'll run away somewhere secret. It's your day. I don't wanna break your heart. I've changed. Oh, girl, I've been lost since the day I left you. You're the boss, it's all down to you. So please, I'm begging on my knees, one last time you take me. Yeah, I know that I don't deserve it, but I can't.
From the UK, that was the young man by the name of James Bakian, former featured artist, and I can't wait to see what this kid's gonna be like when he's 20. I mean, you know, start where he's starting out. I know he has a lot of support. I know his family supports him a lot, and they do a lot with him. And I know that when we interviewed him, he was like at his house, and it was like this huge studio. So I don't know, somebody's, you know, supporting him and backing him and stuff. So he's got a lot of nice equipment, and it shows. I think his voice is growing a lot, but I couldn't really hear his full voice underneath all those effects this time.
It's getting there, man. I mean, it's like the path is narrowing, and it's exciting. It was really exciting to watch this because I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, I think it's been a year, man. Yeah, I think it's been a year since we had him on last. So the path narrowing, it's like the three names that come to mind. It's like, is he going like the Josh Groban path? Is he going like Bieberlicious pop? Or is he going like Shawn Mendes kind of alt rock pop? Because it's unclear yet. You know, he can still go in any of those directions. I mean, he could become a crooner if that's where he wants to go. Like it's still unclear to me, but this was really cool to see like some maturation here. And, you know, there's obviously a little slightly deeper tone in his voice as he's, you know, growing up and everything. But yeah, there's what I remember in my critique back then was the enunciation, you know, so he's improved greatly on that, but not quite there yet. Like I still want to just like remind him and send him a clear message, James.
When he is English, you know, I mean, you got to remember.
And I know, but dude, I'm not. I want to give him a message right now. I'm not trying to be funny here, but seriously, do some recordings, like just some test recordings where you go into the studio, go into the vocal booth, and when you're singing the songs, over enunciate, like move your face like where it feels weird. It's going to feel weird when you're singing like that, but like over pronounce every word in an entire song and see what comes out, man. And trust me, dude, it's like, it's going to be the best version. That's just what I think he needs. He's still kind of like holding back and trying to like figure out like there's some confidence as part of that, you know. It's
Chris
like
is pretty good at enunciating.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it takes a while. Like it feels weird when you're in the vocal studio. Like when you're younger, you kind of want to hold back, but it physically feels awkward to be expressive and show some emotion when you're singing at that age, and you have to like break that ice, and you can do it when no one's watching. Like you don't have to do it in front of people. Like do it on your own and just like over pronounce words, like be emotional. Yeah.
I remember when I was discovering my voice as a young lad in the middle of Indiana, and I was driving around in my little S10. I always tell my students too, because I mainly teach piano, but I'll teach some voice here and there to start them off or maybe substitute for somebody. But what I tell people is just what you just said, Dave, is like, take it, you know, go stand in front of a wall, or, you know, when I was driving around, I had the windshield of the car, you know, and I could just do everything that I wanted to do, and I could hear everything coming right back at me. So Chris, what do you think, man? Have you heard this kid before?
I haven't, man. It's my first time. And how old is he? So what, he's 15
I think
now?
He's probably like in his teens now.
I think he's 15 now. Yeah.
Yeah, because he looks super young, but all kids look young to me now because I'm old. But that too. But the songwriting is really good. I'm not sure if he writes I'm guessing he writes these songs too, or
yeah, I mean, they say he does. I mean, we haven't seen him write anything, you know. I haven't seen him, but you know,
yeah,
I know he probably has some help, but you know,
because like a lot, I always wonder like how somebody that young has that kind of like life experience to write songs, you know, that kind of stuff. But first of all, the songwriting is cool. Like I really love the hook, like the "Take my hand and we'll run away." That's like super dope, dude. I love that. I just love that kind of stuff with the major 7 chords and stuff. Mm-hmm. But so I really like the hook, and the production's good. Like, and I haven't heard his progression. This is the first song I've ever heard. But all I can say is like I was making songs when I was, 14, 15, and they didn't sound anywhere near this good.
Exactly.
Chris, what path can you see him going, man?
Yeah, I mean, I can just kind of tell by even the way he carries himself in his videos. that he's gonna be, go down the pop R&B. I see him going down this sucks that this is the only example, but the Bieber path, but maybe like a little hipper than that, hopefully, like songwriting wise. But I'm
feeling Shawn Mendes, man. Like that Shawn kind Mendes. Of
yeah. That's a good example too. I don't know as much about him, but yeah, I just would totally encourage this kid to keep writing, keep recording. I definitely want to hear more songs. I love the hook. I think his voice needs to mature just a little bit, and that'll happen. But like I said, like when I was 16 and I had that really high voice that cracked and went to a lower voice thing, and I was nowhere near where he's at doing the kind of stuff he's doing.
Oh, Charlie Puth. That was the other reference. That was another path he can take. Charlie's a little less alt rock, a little more pop. I mean, he's up there, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Puth. But anyway, yeah, let's go on.
So, I was gonna. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna do. I want to say hello to a couple people. Some people have rolled in and rolled out. We got people coming in. Share this video out. Like I said, we're here every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Red Sty was here, another past client and featured artist out of New York. Paul, Jason, John Edwards, Calamari, Phil Salamoni. Be Easy just walked in the house and said, "Yo,
Calamari, Salamoni, eh?"
Oh. All right, so let's move on. We have Campbell Musicc with My Life here on Indie Music Live. Again, share this out. Let us know what you think in the comments. And we're going to come back and get dirty with some music news.
When the lights fade out and everyone is looking at me, I can see it all now. The big picture is laid out like a scene. My vision's clearer than it's ever been. I'm staring my fate like it'll never end. Living life as a better man. But you gotta let me live my life. Life. Are you gonna let me live my life? Life. Do I have to say it twice? Or thrice? Don't make me do that. Just let me live my life. Fuck all the time wasters. I hate them. Eyes dilated, all high elevation. They grind patience, but I am not waiting. I am on my way up, not headed to Satan. Gotta hit while the iron is hot, not living like cavemen. Becoming brighter with thought, while leeches be stuck in the basement. They're pacing the floor, and I am drink chasing. As the matador fighting the bullshit seemingly daily, but when the lights fade out and everyone is looking at me, I can see it all now. The big picture is laid out like a scene. My vision's clearer than it's ever been. I'm staring my fate like it'll never end. Living life as a better man. But you gotta let me live my life. Are you gonna let me live my life?
Campbell Musicc. I think it's Campbell Musicc. I mean, on Facebook, it's Campbell Musicc with 2 C's at the end, just like it says in the tag there. But I don't know if he goes by just Campbell or what, but that was his song, My Life. Visualize just walking in the house. Him and Be Easy are talking about how they think it sounds a little bit like Drake. Be Easy says meets B.O.B. We're going to talk about the B.O.B. here a little bit. Well, not really B.O.B., but something, I don't know, anyway. Yeah, I like this. This song has a really, really cool feel to it. Even my wife, when she hears me doing submissions, she'll either, pop her head and be like, "Is that a submission?" And it either means that she either really likes it or it's about ready to say something real smart ass about how bad it is. So, and she really liked this one, and so did I. So I like the just the overall warm vibe about it. So what do you think, Dave?
I was really digging this one, man. It's kind of like the R&B and the hip hop kind of balance. It's kind of like 70-30 in the favor of R&B, which is, man, that's like a real nice sweet spot for me. That's just my personal opinion on this. I like the hip hop flavor in this stuff. it's just a perfect balance for him, man. I was really digging this. You know, it's like he brought in a little rap. The production was great. Vocals were great. It was a real smooth mix. It was catchy, hypnotic. I was definitely vibing with this tune. So it's really digging it, man.
Chris, I was wondering what you thought about this one, because this is right up what kind of, the stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is my jam, as they say.
Do they still say that? It's 2018.
Yeah, nobody says that. Nobody does. I don't even. No, I agree with like everything you guys just said. I dig it. I like the mellow vibe of it, but the kind of warm ambiance of the kind of pads and stuff going on in the background. I totally agree, man. It's got a nice vibe. It's real chill. I love the hook. It's good. And then, I wasn't expecting the rap part. I thought it was going to be more like it's all kind of hip hop, but, more of a sing-songy, kind of like Drake singing thing. But then he, brought the actual flow in, which I thought was pretty dope. And I liked his rhythmic play and stuff. So,
yeah, and honestly, I was a little worried when I heard him bring the rap in. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna ruin it. And then it's actually really good.
No, it was subtle. I mean, I think it was a really good balance. But
yeah, I do too. All right, so I have some resolutions that I'm going to let you know about. My resolution for 2018 is to live till at least 2050. Right. But until then, we're gonna get some music news. Rob. All right, so it's to 2018, and I found this article on TheVerge.com talking about, it's just like it says tech recapped, the Verge 2017 tech report card, and it's talking about streaming music, and it just sort of hit me. It's like in the first sentence it says, if 2016 was the year that streaming music became a necessity, 2017 is the year streaming music showed its clout. You remember, does anybody ever buy CDs anymore or anything like that? Anybody? No. Dave still does, but it's because he's Dave G Money Werba.
No, man. I mean, it's. I think what kind of jumped out to me in this article. I mean, we've talked so much about the streaming ecosystem, what's broken and what works. I mean, what works is obviously everyone, like, it keeps growing, yet the leaders in the industry are still in debt, like Spotify and SoundCloud. Like,
well, they just got ripped this $1.6 billion.
Yeah, deeply in debt, yet everyone keeps flocking towards it. So what I'm really curious to see, I guess, the evolution of is the peripheral devices like the Amazon Echo and Apple's purchase of Shazam and what they do with it, because how people use, like, you go outside of the streaming subscription where you're at your desktop computer and click and play, where it actually goes to, external devices and how people work with them. I mean, that's going to be the most interesting part of this to me. Yeah.
I seriously haven't bought a CD in over 10 years. I don't think. I've been streaming since, Rhapsody was around. I mean, I'm sure it's still around, but I remember using Rhapsody on my old Pentium 3 or whatever. And it's just like crazy, man. I don't know. Loopy, you and I were in a band together a long time ago when we actually sold CDs out of the back of our van, and 1,000 of them. And it's like, now I think we make more money on Spotify than we ever did on selling CDs.
I know, man. I'll be honest, for a guy who just started a record label, it really bums me out that it's so hard to sell music. And I knew that going in, but I do kind of long for the old days of people heard your music and they bought your CD, And now I tell people, hey, I got a new CD coming out, and they're like, oh, cool. When's it come out on Spotify?
Yeah.
But to be honest, I do the same thing, dude. I only, I buy CDs of artists I really, really like, but most stuff I want to check out, I pay for Spotify. So
honestly, dude, and I know we're brothers, so it doesn't matter. But when you sent me your new album, you sent me all the files. I didn't really listen to it until it came out on Spotify.
Right. I know, because it's too much work to open the folder, drop it into your iTunes. Nobody wants to do that. You know what I mean? So you only have two options. You sell it on iTunes, which I do that as well, or most people just want to wait till it comes out on streaming. And that's just the way it is. It is not going away. It's only going to get more that way. I mean, I even hear that iTunes is talking about dropping iTunes and just going to Apple Music in a few years. I don't know if you guys heard that too, but
yeah, I figured that's what they're going to do.
But like in 5 years or less or something, like iTunes is going to be a thing.
Yep. So speaking of music dinosaurs, on to the next story. Bono, U2's Bono, Bono head, as I like to call him. He thinks music is a little girly lately. I don't know how we feel about that, but so when a magazine asked whether Bono also believed rock and roll was headed toward a revolution, he said, "I think music has gotten very girly, and there are some things about that, but hip hop is the only place for young male anger at the moment, and that's not good." So that kind of pissed some people off. I don't know. Any U2 fans around? Nope. Okay, next article.
That guy, I saw him on Saturday Night Live whenever they were on a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was Saturday Night Live, right? And he still maintains his douchiness. It's amazing. No matter how old he gets, he still looks like a douchebag. And to be honest, he might be the nicest guy in the world.
But he does do a lot of good. He does
a lot of good things, man. He does. But I just watch him singing, and I don't really care what he has to say, to be honest.
Yeah, they do think that they're they do think that their poo don't stink, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you make $200 million in the bank, your crap don't stink anymore, and you start kind of veering outside of normal consciousness and making weird, eccentric comments. I mean, it's kind of like the nature of the beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So the next and last story, the time.com came out with their music trends for 2018. And honestly, I'm very sad and disappointed about it because they're going to bring back, they say that the boy band's coming back. Latin music's taking over again. I guess, I mean, it took over like 10 years ago, didn't it? And then, I don't know, ladies first on R&B, which I like ladies in R&B and stuff, but I thought we did that too. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Man, I'll tell you this, dude. I think it was the Grammys. Did you see that? Did you guys see that K-pop, Korean pop boy band?
Oh yeah, they're hot.
Their dancing was pretty sharp, man. I mean, that was kind of cool. Like the evolution, like the dance was like equal to the music.
They're very popular.
Yeah, man. Obviously,
Korean, I think, aren't they?
I know they're Korean. I would assume. I would assume it's not North Korean, North Korean pop band. But but no, yeah, I don't know, dude. In terms of like these trend articles, like from Time, like a publication like Time magazine, dude, I don't take this too much to heart. I don't think we even know. We don't know the trend yet. Like something. They didn't mention in their article what's going to become a trend yet. Like I just don't think it's been defined yet. Like it's going to be something just out of nowhere, like it happens every year.
Hopefully, All right. So speaking of where, we have a featured artist tonight, first one of 2018. And Andrea Desmond's been hanging out in the virtual green room with us for a while. So I want to go ahead and
patiently.
Bring her in, and Rob's going to scramble around and get the shots. But Andrea and I have been talking over the emails for a little while. That people do that now. They talk over email somehow. And, send her like two sentences, and then a couple days later you get two sentences back. It's almost like telegrams or something. But how you doing tonight, Andrea?
I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you?
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. This part of the show is just where we introduce you. I let you kind of just give a little spiel about yourself and talk about your song Inner Fire, just to introduce us to it. And then we're going to go ahead and watch the video, the lyric video. Then we're going to come back and get deeper with Dave.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you just give us, like, you walk down the street and somebody says, "Oh, you do music? What is your music like?" Tell us a little bit about that, and then intro your song Inner Fire. We'll watch the video and we'll come back.
Yeah, I'd say my music is actually just going in a completely new direction than it was before. Right now, it's more top 40 pop, but it's got a little bit of my own original style that I can't really I can't really put in a certain genre, but yeah, with a little bit of EDM.
Cool.
And before I was more indie pop. So Inner Fire represents this new sound that I've had. I just, through writing in Los Angeles and going to lots of writing sessions, I met up with this producer that totally vibed with me, and we're like, yeah, this is the new sound. And so Inner Fire kind of represents a phase for me. It's inspired by Sia and Ellie Goulding, and it represents finding that inner strength and going for your dreams, and kind of just when we all are kind of feeling a little bit like things are not working out or not going the way we want them to keep pushing through and keep going.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you're here. I always check out the featured artist before I ask you to be a part of it, and you're definitely worth being here. So, Rob, let's go ahead and listen to Inner Fire. Everybody, let us know what you think in the comments. Share this video out. We'll be back with Deeper with Dave.
Oh yeah. Deeper.
Although she is a big star.
Oh, yeah. Deeper I don't want to repeat myself. Oh, yeah.
Sponsored.
Dave, you're on, dude.
Really? We're live? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That's the 104 episode. We have 103 mistakes with Deeper with Dave. Only one show we did it perfectly. Andrea, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm excited.
It's a pleasure. Well, yeah, it's a pleasure to be sitting here with you. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a classic young beauty, reminiscent of a young Meryl Streep or a Faye Dunaway. That's my read. So very nice.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm happy to be here with you as well.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. I feel great tonight. All right, so let's start. I mean, I was reading your bio earlier, and I'm curious about one thing. So you have kind of a famous cousin who's a composer, Alan Menken, composed Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin soundtrack. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so you talk about your relationship with him. How much has he kind of interacted with you and maybe given you some pointers and helped develop all that stuff?
He actually had given me, I was so grateful that he had given me songwriting classes, and he personally had mentored me in songwriting. So that happened when I was in college. I think I was about 20, 21, and I was majoring in music with an emphasis in composition. And I just reached out to him saying, you know, I would love to learn more from you. And he basically decided on his own that he wanted to take the time to give me this little, what he calls a master class. So for a whole summer, he gave me songwriting assignments, and it was along the lines of commercial writing. And it was tough. He was one of my toughest critics. He was very hard on me, but he was one of the most amazing teachers I've had. He knows what he's doing. And he really taught me about writing melodies and the shape of a melody and how you want it to build throughout a song and conclude in the chorus, and also helped me with the chords underneath and lyrical content as well. So it was just such a blast to be able to do that with him for summer. And then by the end of that time, he said, you just got to keep writing every day. You got to keep going, write a song a day. And he said, you have more to do, more to go, but the good news is, well, he told me to find my voice. That was it. He said, I want you to find your voice. And he said, the good news is that I know you have it. So that kind of just launched me into pursuing my own music as an original artist. And I was in so many bands. And throughout the years, I'll just write to him and like send him a song or something. Because he's over in New York. I'm in LA. So I'll just send him some of my music. And
all right. So something interesting there is like in that training, so to speak, it's like commercial music writing. Like how did that translate to how you wrote before that? Like, can you kind of explain that? Like commercial writing in terms of writing that is appealing to mainstream and trying to change your style to be more appealing to more people. Is that kind of it, or?
Yeah. Actually,
did it feel natural? Like what? Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
That's a good question. I actually understand the commercial writing aspect even more right now. I'm actually an assistant to a composer right now who is doing more commercial songwriting for a TV show. So to answer your question, he was showing me commercial writing more like what he does, which is he'll have assignments for a movie, like Disney movies, and then he'll have to write in a completely new style. Like Beauty and the Beast was French. And so a lot of it is cultural. Hunchback of Notre Dame had the church aspect to it and the historic singing. So he really wanted me to take it more as if I were going to be a professional songwriter. So he would give me assignments like, oh, can you write this Italian song? And I would write it the first time, and I would put a little bit more of I've only known myself as an artist, so I would put more of like a personal take on it. And he would tell me to write it again and kind of take myself out of my head and think of it as that character, as that person. So it was more commercial.
All right, I'm going to go one notch deeper here, just for the artists that watch the show and listen who are, just whatever, like they have, I guess, no boundaries when they write. Like they don't think about any type of goal or any like who the listener is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been an ongoing debate in our critiques is like, do you write for art or do you write for mainstream to kind of like help you go to the next level? Because if you do try and write in a style that will be received by the most amount of people, it's actually a stepping stone in your career. But the debate is like, is it kind of selling out and removing art? And that's the like open question. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I totally know what you mean. That when I had that master session, that was a class. And then after that was when I really became Andrea Desmond, an artist, and formed my own bands. And the way that I wrote for that was really actually different. But having that training was always in my mind as I wrote melodies. But I was when I moved up to Seattle and had my indie pop band, it was so free flowing. I mean, I didn't even, the words would just come out, and I really wasn't thinking about if anyone would even understand them, but they were just coming from my heart. And I was so grateful to find that somehow the words I was saying, that it was received by other people. So it really was art. And so I truly understand that as an artist. And I think no matter what I'm doing, that my voice as an artist is really important. And so, well, it's interesting because I'm now doing a little bit more pop and top 40. I love that sound. I mean, music today is just such a fusion of everything. So pop top 40 it's a lot of fun for me to write. And I do think a little bit more now about how can someone really understand this, and writing with a little more intention. But I would not sacrifice my artistic integrity. So I try to find a balance, but I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah, I think that training was great, just because when you get enough from a master, it eventually becomes part of your subconscious, where it's just, when you're writing it, it just kind of bleeds into your style. But anyway, so like Inner Fire, man, I really think listening to this stuff, like you're on the precipice of greatness, with this sound, and the production, the engineering, it was stellar. I mean, it was just like a beautiful, big, like, production here. So it's like, I'm curious of how much you take part in the engineering and the production of this music. And if you want to give some shout outs of the people you work with on this album and the song.
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to the producer. His name is Steven Rivera. He goes as SR. And he is the producer that makes that incredible sound. And as soon as I just had heard his stuff through a friend of mine, a really good friend, I was just helping her write. I just thought, wow, I love this music that you create. He showed me a video, and it had all these ambient electronic sounds, and I just thought, this is something that I listen to. I love that indie electronic type of feel. And it was just so tasteful and well done. So then I ended up writing this song with another woman that I was collaborating with. And she happens to be a songwriter for Warner. And so we kind of came up with this song. She helped me with the bridge, and I wrote the rest of the song, the verse and the chorus. And we did this piano demo, and then I gave the piano demo to SR, and he was like, that's dope. And then just he just made it come to life. So it was just,
so you're
really
you're kind of leading, you're leading in terms of the lyrics and the actual chord progressions and melody. Right. And then you kind of are you in the studio when they're mixing, or do you kind of hand it off?
It depends on which one. We've actually been working on quite a few tracks. Just a couple days ago, I was in there with him, and he was doing it with me, and we were writing together. This particular one, I wrote it all on piano first, so it sounded really raw. It was just piano and vocals. And this one, he did the production on his own. So
all right, cool. Well, we're going to move on here. So where can people find you on social and online? Where can they get your music?
You can find me on my website, AndreaDesmond.com, as well as Facebook, facebook.com/AndreaDesmond.music, Twitter, /AndreaDesmond, Instagram, /AndreaDesmond.music, and all the others, YouTube and whatnot, SoundCloud.
Awesome.
All there.
Awesome. Well, Andrea, thanks so much for coming by. I mean, it's an honor to have you here. It's amazing music, and hearing your story and your background. We got to have you back with the next album, and it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. I'd love to come back.
Awesome.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next tune. I believe is 627 by Wreckless Soul. All right, I think I messed up the the name of the song and the name of it. It's actually Wreckless Soul by 627.
No, yes, you're right.
It's actually 627 by Wreckless Soul.
No, I had to actually take a double take at that, because when I was looking at the YouTube video, I had to double check because they put in 627 as the band name, but the way it says on the YouTube video, it just says Wreckless Soul. So
I've actually seen that UPS guy before. I'm not shitting you, man. I've seen this guy. I was like in an elevator with him, and he had the boxes, and he like dropped it, and then he picked it up, and he was walking out, and he dropped it again, and he like kicked it towards the door, and he's just like, yeah, those guys are out there, man. That's not a joke. That's a
little different than the FedEx guy I saw that was pooping in somebody's driveway over the Christmas season. Did you see that?
Really? Like he pulled his drawers down?
No, some lady, yeah, she went behind the door and like had to like, I don't think she crapped on the people's lawns or something. I don't know. Chris,
yes.
How you doing, man? Good to have you back.
Yeah, nice to be back, man. I thought it was going to be an Ace Ventura spoof when it started.
Yeah, there was some Jim Carrey in there for sure, man.
For sure. Pretty good video. It was a good video. I like the idea.
Oh, Jane's Addiction is in there. Forgot to mention that. There's even in the sound. I think it
took a few minutes for me to figure out the whole concept of these guys are in the boxes and they're being jumped around and they're actually playing in the boxes, and that's pretty cool. You know, the music is sort of 90s to me, like as far as the Jane's Addiction and stuff like that. That's cool. You know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more as the song went on because it made more sense. You know, the melody and the chorus was a little weird for me at first, but it's just the keys, the chords they're using and stuff. You know, it's just not traditional.
Yeah, I definitely longed for some bigger guitars here, at least like a few more tracks of guitars, even if it was just kind of doubling what they were doing. Is just a little thin. I mean, I don't know, like Jane's Addiction, you think of him as a reference. If you go listen to a Jane's Addiction album, it's a little wider in the spectrum. And it's even with the same parts. So it was just a little too kind of central in the mix for me. But was there anything else, Chris Swan, you wanted to say? No,
I kind of agree with all that. I mean, it was cool. I like the video. The video was cool. I think it's cool that a lot of indie artists are kind of stepping their game up and making videos. You guys get a lot of submissions that actually have like decent videos now, which is pretty cool. I guess thanks to iPhones and other technologies that are affordable. So it's cool seeing that, and it definitely makes me want to do more of that too.
Yeah. Welcome everybody that's watching with us, still hanging out with us. 2018 J.E.'s Calamari, Ray J. Gray, Mike Catoni, P the Politician, Manager Steve Cole, Chan Marie Sevens from the You People. Dave, is the You People featured artist thing right up ready, or
3 minutes it'll be up?
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and watch another cool video. Hopefully Be Easy's still hanging out with us. By the way, has anybody mentioned Rob Hix tonight from Hixvideo? That's running all the video for us and making us look really hot. All right. Well, I just did. So anybody that needs live video production, live streaming production, this guy runs the big time right now, Diamond and Silk, who's really, whether you agree with their politics or not, they're pretty big right now. And he runs their show every, what is it? Is it still Monday nights, Rob?
Rob sits on the cutting edge of live stream production, and he actually has a splinter in his rear end because of it.
Nice. So J20, the Presidential King, Forever KNODAT is the song. Hopefully Be Easy still here listening. And we can check out a review of this guy on our website as well. This is his video, Forever KNODAT, on Indie Music Live.
Yes.
I like to sleep. It's for suckers, man. I like to eat.
Out window in between. Got a dream for my team. Am I stopping? What you mean? Bitch, I'm going for my team. Know that. I started day one, nigga. Know that. Forever I'm rolling with know that. Out window in between. Got a dream for my team. Am I stopping? What you mean? Bitch, I'm going for my team. Know that. I started day one, nigga. Know that. Forever I'm rolling with know that. I started day one, nigga. Know that. I was pimping and doing these shows, Jack. Made a million, ain't nobody know that. So when I'm whipping, I don't need a low jack. From my west over east, west, go there. Play my skrill and my heart black as Kodak. If I shoot, I don't expect you to blow back. Yeah, it's over in case you ain't know that. Did up easy and low, step, you know that. Drop my nigga in the sober, I swore that. If I started, I finished, just know that. The presidential king of know that. In case you new niggas ain't know that. I'm on the road with concoctions. Who the Vegas got a full working and pop, man. Who am I to stop? I rap for my niggas, I die for my niggas. Like Jesus, my nigga, I'm jibbing, I jiggle. Easy an issue and Poe come get you. Los in the fishing, I show that's a mission. No worries, got missions close as we won't miss you. Hackers and soldiers, the GPS issues. I'm smart with my money, I count you, I nigga. Count me in, nigga, or count it, I nigga. Because out window in between. Got a dream for my team. Am I stopping? What you mean? Bitch, I'm going for my team. Know that. I started day one, nigga. Know that. Forever I'm rolling with know that. Out window in between. Got a dream for my team. Am I stopping? What you mean? Bitch, I'm going for my team. Know that. I started day one, nigga. Know that.
Indie Music Live, episode 104. It's 2018. I am JoeJoeKeys, and I don't know where Dave went, but I think he's pooping or something. I don't know. So I call him Dave Pitchloaf, man. He's on his way back. I see his screen light up. Okay, so Chris is the guy that did a review on J Presidential. Am I on? Okay. J Presidential back in the day, like probably a year ago or so. There's Dave. Dave, did you wipe? Did you wash your hands, dude?
I didn't wipe. I had no time, man. It's horrible.
So, Chris, what do you think about Jay? I like J20. They're from Chicago. He's part of the KNODAT team. We've come to know him, and I've never met him or anything like that, but it's really we've always liked the stuff. We were just talking in the background here and how much you just enjoyed it. Do you think he's changed or growing, or I mean,
I think he's continuing to put out good quality again with the videos. I think they're doing really good work at KNODAT. I know they've been stepping their game up on that this last 6 to 8 months or whatever. They've been really stepping their game up on videos. The videos look great, man. They're putting out a lot of really good what they call visuals. But I am I'm definitely a big fan of all things KNODAT. For sure what started with Be Easy, which I still think is one of the greatest rappers on the planet, dude.
Whoa.
And
whoa.
I do, man. I'm a big fan of Easy, man. And but then having been introduced by him to all these other great cats too, man, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in Chicago, man. And it's good to see that Chicago hip hop is alive and well,
When are they going to break out, man? What's it going to take?
I know,
That's
man.
the question.
What's
it going to take?
That's a great question. That is a good question because they're doing a lot of good stuff. They have great artists. They have great videos. They put out good music. They have endorsements. They have endorsements with a clothing brand. That's really cool. And yeah, it seems like they have a lot of great things happening, but I don't know what it is. That one thing that's just going to push them to stardom hasn't seemed to happen, or the big break.
Yeah. I think they're doing the important stuff to kind of stay in the game, so to speak. It's like it's almost like status quo, kind of keeping pace with where everything's going. But that's the question I've had all along. It's like, what can they do to kind of not just keep up, but just boom, explode out of it. It's got to be something different. It's got to be something no one else is doing.
Focus.
Yeah.
I think focus has a lot to do with it. So,
yeah, I think there's probably some truth to that too. It's easy to get real excited and do some stuff. And then, we're musicians. We all struggle with depression and weird stuff. And it's easy to get in a funk and then not do anything for 2 or 3 months. And then you lose all your momentum. Or years. I did. Yeah. me and Joe both know that story. I went 14 years, man, without doing anything. So it's easy to get into that funk. And I think to make anything happen, you have to be super consistent and disciplined, and you have to be putting stuff out regularly.
Yeah, but that's the thing, dude. That's a common story, really. It's when you get out of a funk, do you kind of bust your ass to reach the status quo? Or it's is that the opportunity to man, fuck this, dude. Let's go to the top, man. Let's go overboard with this. Let's just go way outside of the box and let's make a huge splash. You have to do that. And it's it's not a matter of talent. These guys, the whole crew has the talent. So it's that. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they'd be happy to hear what that one thing is. That's what we're all trying to figure out, right? What is that one thing? I think they're doing everything right. I think you have to do some of the status quo stuff. You have to put out the videos, put out the songs. You have to have that baseline so people hear you. But then what do you do to take it to the next level? And that's what everybody's trying to figure out.
Well, I'll give you 2 minutes to figure it out while we listen to the last song of the night. We're running a little long on time, but I wanted to welcome Josh Brown, Chris Summers, Gerald Gardner, Adam Hilgard, Cal Murray still hanging out with us, Visual Eye. Let us know you're here, guys. Don't be afraid to let us know that we're full of shit in the comments and just, say full of shit alarm or whatever you want to say. But we're going to go listen to the last tune of the night. DeMille. How do you say that, Dave?
DeMille.
DeMille?
Yeah.
DeMille.
DeMille.
No, DeMille with song Oblivion on Indie Music Live. We'll be right back.
Creating our own truths because we're in
else can you go online and get great music, great conversation, and just me? I mean, right here, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We got David Pinchaloaf Werba. Change your name back to the original because you had to go to the bathroom or something during the show. Where were you anyway?
I was pinching a loaf, just like you said. Yeah.
Sitting here with Chris Swan. That was DeMille with Oblivion. I'm not sure where this guy's from, but I like his music. I like the feel of this song. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, man, solid song. You know, it's not the kind of song that gets me super excited one way or the other, you know, but it's solid. The production's good.
Solid.
Mighty Boss Tones. I said it first.
Mighty Boss Tones.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Forgot about that. Let's bring it back. No, but I his picture, total Bieber, man. Like whether his music is really going there or not, I seriously thought it was a picture of Justin Bieber. And I looked an old one though. Like
really Bieber though right now. So
yeah, like the second one.
You realize he's just like seething and scathing.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying his music sounds anything like that. I'm just making a comment on his picture.
Right.
But no, I like it, dude. It's solid. You know, it's a good pop song. Can I say solid again? Is that the word this time?
Dude, all right. Cut the humor on this. This was good shit, man. Seriously, it's like this was reminiscent. There's a little like Pink Floyd roots in this. Maybe a little Duran Duran. I mean, there was like some 70s, 80s like rock influence going on here. Really unique voice. I really dug his voice. I think the vocals were, to me, too quiet in the mix. I mean, they were like a really unique voice like that. I think should be like up front a little more. But the style, man, dude, I was really digging this, dude. I was really kind of enthralled with the production on this one, man. And good stuff, man.
Yeah, good quality music, which is good to hear for 2018. So again, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. We've been running a little long on the show. We try to keep it around an hour. We're here every Tuesday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Please let your friends and artist friends and, you know, all your friends that are solid, who like the Mighty Boss Tones, dude, no, just going through old bad jokes. Anyway, no, seriously, let all your friends and artist friends and confidants and acquaintances and relatives know that we are here every Tuesday night and that you're hanging out here. Replay viewers, thanks for hanging out for so long. Again, you can still comment, let us know that you're here and be part of our conversation. Chris, what do you have going on this week or year or whatever? Why don't you fill us in and then we're going to say bye-bye.
Yeah, man. I've been working a lot on I'm putting out some music bed compilations. So anybody who's in need of music bed music for video production, stuff like that. I'm putting out these 10-song music bed packs.
I heard they're solid.
They are solid. My first one's out. It's on the website. It's soulmotivationrecords.com. Just hit the licensing tab. You can check it out. It's called Mellow Bounce Volume 1. And I got lots more coming, as well as some other music as well. So it's going to be a good year. Soul Motivation Records.
Awesome. Always happy to have you here, man. And you're going to be here a few more times. Have you scheduled the next, you know, like, I don't know, once every 2 months or something like that, or the next couple of months. So you'll be seeing Chris Swan some more around these ways here on the interwebs. Once again, I want to thank the seal in the green room, Rob Hix, as he's as always. Thanks, Rob, for making us look good and making us look professional and smooth. Very, very top-notch act over there, even as he's going like this. I don't know what that was. Where's your peanuts? Peanuts
like
and
a
peanuts.
seal for
wait,
peanut.
I mean, wait.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
I mean, have you ever seen a better T-shirt than Chris Swan is wearing right now? I mean, that's his best shirt.
This is my best shirt right
Look
here.
at that shirt.
Looks like he's going to church.
There's actually buttons on it, man.
I know,
that is
dude.
amazing.
I have shorts on, and the shirt's only buttoned up about halfway, but I did it just for you guys to look professional.
It's better than the one with the big, all the stains on it. The first show you were here.
I was trying to up my game for the new year, man.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next week around the same time. And always feel free to be in touch. You can check us out, indiemusicplus.com, for any services or just check out indie music. So see you next week. Have a great one.